thank you so much for taking time to come to Slovenia and to Ljubljana. We know that you are very, very busy traveling with the film, so it means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation. This is my first time here in Ljubljana and I love it. I have 1 hour to look around a bit.
Nori sem se zahvalila, ker si je vzela čas, da nas je obiskala. Zelo veliko potuje s filmom in pravi, da je v Ljubljani prvič. Film je posnet po tejle knjigi in je prevedena tudi v slovenščino. V naši knjigarnici jo lahko danes dobite po znižani ceni, 10 evrov, če koga zanima. Jaz bom pa kot prvo vprašanje Noro vprašala, zakaj si je izbrala to knjigo in zakaj je bila všeč. So, Nora, as you see, the novel is also translated to our language, and I wanted to ask you, why did you choose this novel, and what do you like about this story?
So I found this novel maybe like 5 years ago, and there was a review I read. It was Christmas time, and we are keeping filmmaking workshops for children in a bookstore backlot, and I was working with the children, and then I found this book. So I read it, and I was crying and laughing over it. So it's quite rare that I got so emotional over a book. So that was one of the reasons, this emotional hook. And
Translate. Nora dela tudi filmske delavnice z otroki, med drugim tudi v eni knjigarni, kjer je bila ta knjiga, in ko jo je prebrala, je zaključila, da je zelo čustvena, da ob njej joče in se smeje in da je bil tukaj ta emotivni efekt.
And also what I like that it's the story is said not in a chronological way, and also that most of the story which is written for children or youth, there's always an evil in it, and I really like that there's no a big enemy, but you just have to, get over all your obstacles and losses. So it's an inner story.
Všeč je bilo, da ni tipičen roman za otroke, v kateri bi obstajal nek zlobnež, ampak da v bistvu govori o nekih notranjih težavah in da gre za osebno zgodbo. And the lead character in the book is called Katinka, and you named it into Nina. We know that you've worked with Nina's father in your previous feature film, but where did you meet Vilo, the girl who acts Nina? Torej, vprašala sem jo, kje je spoznala Vilo. Vilo je ime deklici, ki je igrala Nino.
So we made a call for children between 10 and 13 years old, girls. And the whole casting procedure took like 1.5 years long. So it was a very long procedure because in the middle, it turned out that we don't have enough money and we have to still wait for another year. And it was quite frightening because I already found Villu and another girl and they were on shortlist, and then I had to tell them that, okay, we will call you back in 8 months and let's see if you grow out the role or not. So, because children are growing and sometimes it's just impossible if she has, I don't know, big boots and teenagers and everything, then it's impossible to do the whole film with her.
Torej, Vilo, you said, it's not Villu. Ne, sem rekla Vilo, pač ne znam mađarsko. Zdaj slišimo Villu. A si kdo pa ponovno?
Yeah, we can make a competition out of this at the end.
Bomo naredili tekmovanje, kdo bo pravilno povedal njeno ime. Torej, spoznala jo je na audiciji. Veste, kaj je audicija, otroci? Ne? Torej, obstajajo agencije za igralce, oziroma doskrat jim rečemo kar casting agencije, kjer v bistvu se lahko prijaviš na določeno vlogo, a ne? In potem te povabijo, tam v studiu je ponavadi kamera in potem vam dajo za prebrati en del scenarija filma, a ne, za odigrati neko vlogo in ponavadi pride zelo veliko otrok na takšno audicijo, a ne, in zraven je režiser in potem izberejo otroke, a ne. In v njenem primeru sta bili izbrani 2 deklici, je pa Nora vedela, da se ne bo še kmalu snemal in da sta obe 2 deklici na pragu pubertete, ne. In je bilo zelo hudo, ker je mogla zelo iskreno skomunicirati z deklicama, da bo snemanje šele čez 8 mesecev in da tista, ki bo najbolj teklica čez 8 mesecev, pa najmanj pubertetniško izgledala, bo pač izbrana. I also explained what casting agency is and why. Ja, tako, mi imamo 2 mikrofona za vas, z mano sta še naša bileterja, en bo na tej strani, en na drugi in vas res vabim, da dvignete roko, da vam podamo mikrofon in da tudi vi kaj vprašate režiserko.
Kateri 2 deklici bi pa lahko bili izbrani?
So which 2 girls could be chosen? Torej, ena je Vilo, ta, ki je bila zbrana, a ne, ta druga pa ni bila zbrana. A mogoče vprašamo, kako se je ona ta druga počutila, kako je to sprejela? A vprašamo? Maybe we add another question for you. So the other one who was not chosen, how did she accept that?
Yeah, so the thing is that she was okay with it because she didn't. For me, it was quite important to have children who's not so mad about acting. So Vilu haven't done anything before, and also Eper, that was the other girl's name.
What was her name?
Eper, which means strawberry.
Oh.
And yeah, but actually, so I was waiting for 8 months, and when Willow came back, she didn't grow even 1 centimeter. So we stopped her in growing, and that was the point when I knew that she really wants the part.
Torej, druga deklica je to v redu sprejela. Že v štartu Nora ni želela, da bi glavna igralka bila deklica, ki si noro želi nastopati, ampak je želela neko tako umirjeno držo. Je pa hecno, da v teh 8 mesecih Vilo ni zrasla niti za 1 centimeter, not even a centimeter. No. Tako da očitno se je odločila, da bo nehala rasti, dokler ne dobi te vloge. Torej, še eno vprašanje imamo tamle. Aha, no to je pa tudi Nora že odgovorila, da je bila to njena prva vloga. Ampak jaz sem pozabila to. Kako? Atletiko. Aha. So did Vilo train athletics?
Yeah. She didn't know it at the beginning. So she had 4 months to learn how to do the harder running. Yeah.
So she was not an athlete before?
No, not at all.
Ne, ni, ne. 4 mesece časa je imela, da se je naučila za te prizore. And Vilo is actually in all the scenes.
Yeah, it was really important to find the right person because, you know, she's in every scene. So, yeah, I watched 300 children for this role before picking Vilo. Yeah.
And how do you prepare such a young actor for so many shooting days in almost every scene she appears? There's no 4 months course of athletes for that.
It was a 50-day long shooting,
Wow.
So it's a long shooting, but we kept 1 week break in between, in the middle. So that was one thing. But otherwise, I didn't really show the script to Vilo at the beginning. And we had a lot of sessions at my apartment, and we were just together and with the other 2 actors and just playing board games or even with the junior, the little boy, they went out for biking or having an ice cream or whatever. And also we had this task that she had to write a novel in the name of her character for 4 months before before we started shooting. And then I always asked her to show it, and then let's talk about it. So these are things that she imagined, which was not in the script. So, and at the end there was some point when she said that, okay, I don't want to show this. And then that was the moment when I felt that, okay, she's in the role.
Wow. Torej, vprašala sem jo, kako se je Vilo pripravljala na svojo vlogo, ker, kot ste verjetno opazili, nastopa v skoraj vsakem prizoru filma, kar ni čisto običajno. In za razliko od atletike, kjer 4 mesece vadiš, je tukaj malce težje otroka pripraviti na to. In poleg tega, da so snemali 50 snemalnih dni, kar je res zelo veliko, enkrat več kot običajno, bi jaz rekla, za slovenske filme za otroke, so imeli vmes tudi en tedenski odmor. Na vlogo se je pa pripravljala tako, da je preživljala čas z Noro in z Juniorjem, torej svojim bratom v filmu. Veliko so se pogovarjali, igrali so namizne igre, kolesarili, jedli sladoled in Nora je dala tej glavni igralki nalogo, da 4 mesece piše knjigo, da na ta način poskusi začutiti Nino v filmu, da tudi sama piše knjigo in, kar je tudi zanimivo, ni dala glavni igralki vnaprej scenarija, ampak je počasi z njo skozi vaje prišla do tega, da je bila pripravljena na snemanje, ker se ji ni zdelo, da bi bilo to dobro na nek način, da dobi scenarij vnaprej. Imate še kakšno vprašanje? Aha. Kje so pa snemali? Where did you shoot the film?
In Hungary, in Budapest mainly, and at Balaton Lake as well, and also in a semi-island near to Budapest called Lupa Island. So, yeah.
Torej, kje so film snemali? Snemali so ga v glavnem v Budimpešti, tiste prizore ob vodi pa ob Blatnem jezeru, ki ni tako daleč od slovenske meje. Je že kdo od vas bil ob Blatnem jezeru? Ja? Who was at the lake? Kdo je bil pa v Budimpešti? Wow, super. Še kakšno vprašanje? Ja, tamle je še eno. Boš dobila mikrofon. Kje je vprašanje? Ne? Ok, pa tamle drugo.
Jaz sem opazila te čudovite barvne kontraste, močne. Pa me zanima, če je bila to vaša ideja že v prvi viziji tega filma, te barve krasne, poudarjene.
The question is related to wonderful colors of the film. Was this your initial idea that you would like to have those colors?
No, when we were scouting for the location, it wasn't easy to find because the family house need to have so many different things. Anyways, we found a house. In Budapest there is one street called Napraforgó. It's a sunflower street in English, and it's a street where all the houses are Bauhaus houses in a Bauhaus style. And once we found this main location, we decided that, okay, we go with it. So that was like, okay, because for me, Bauhaus, it's a very Hungarian thing, but it's also quite universal, and many people, you know Bauhaus style, I guess.
I will explain, yeah.
Yeah. And Bauhaus has playful forms, shapes. At the same time, it's down on earth in a way that it has strict rules. So I think that in that way it really fits to the story, because I feel that it's elevated, at the same time it's about something deep and down to earth, real thing. So this combination was nice for picking this style. And Bauhaus uses the basic colors, blue, red, white and yellow. So we took only these colors, and then the costume, the set, the animation, and or the department could go with it and then add something to it.
Torej, scenografija, to je tisto, kar vidimo v ozadju filma, recimo Pohištvo, a ne? Kostumi, animiran film, ki je znotraj filma, vse to prevladuje v modri, rdeči, beli in v rumeni barvi, kar izhaja v bistvu iz slikarskega stila Bauhausa. Ampak Bauhaus je bila najprej arhitekturna šola, začela se je v Nemčiji, en gospod arhitekt Gropius je začetnik ustanovitelj te šole in razlog, zakaj je prišla do tega, ni ta, da bi si to ona vnaprej zamislila, ampak ko so iskali lokacijo za snemanje, so našli ulico, ki bi se je v slovenščini rekli ulica Sončnic v Budimpešti, kjer so vse stavbe v stilu Bauhausa. In od tukaj je potem prišla ideja, da bi te barve prevladovale. A ima kdo še kakšno vprašanje? Aha, tukaj le spredaj.
Ja, dober dan, Slavica. Zdaj ravno, ko so bile barve omenjene, mene kot gledalko, ki spremljam film samo preko zvočne verzije, zanima, zakaj, da je premalkrat pri tem opisovanju so omenjene barve, ker jaz kot nekoč videča oseba to pač pogrešam. No, to je bolj tehnična izvedba, ne, tako da to ni ravno vprašanje za režiserko. Je pa pohvalno za distributerja, da mu je uspelo režiserko pripeljati v Ljubljano. To pa res lepo. Hvala.
Thank you for coming to Ljubljana. As a person who follows film only through hearing, there's a question why colors in the film are so rarely mentioned in the voice description. Ja. Z nami je Sara Horžen, ki ste jo slepi in slabovidni lahko slišali v svojem zvočnem opisu filma, pa jo vabim, Sara, če se nam pridružiš. Za tabo je veliko delo. This is our colleague Sara who made the sound description of the film. So maybe Sara can help answering this question.
Ja, z veseljem bom odgovorila na vprašanje, zakaj barve niso bile tolikrat omenjene. Pri opisovanju tega filma sem poskušala omenjati barve, kadar se je le dalo, ampak če ste opazili, tisti, ki ste poslušali tale film z zvočnim opisom, so bili dialogi zelo, zelo intenzivni, velikih je bilo, malo je bilo prostora vmes za zvočni opis, tako da sem mogla narediti neko, kako se temu reče, pragmatično odločitev, kaj je za samo zgodbo bolj pomembno. Ali je tista trenutna barva, ki je takrat prikazana na filmu, ali pa mogoče katera druga akcija, ki se v tem času v filmu odvija. Tako da pri zvočnem opisu je vedno treba iskati te trenutke vmes med dialogi in se za samo zgodbo filma odločiti, kaj je pomembno, da se opiše. Mi je pa zelo dragocen ta komentar in bom upoštevala vnaprej. Hvala. Najlepša hvala za ta komentar. Ko sem se odločila, da bom pač delala in sem bila povabljena, da delam ta zvočni opis, sem razmišljala o tem, koliko glasov, ali naj bo en glas, ali naj bosta dva glasa. In sem se na to odločila za en pripovedovalski glas, ker sem nekako želela približati se tej formi knjige. Se pravi, da je en pripovedovalski glas, ki dialoge v bistvu dojema kot premi govor v knjigi. In pri nas v Sloveniji, kot veste, smo z zvočnimi opisi še zelo na začetku in raziskujemo to področje in je bil to nek poizkus, ali se morda film da narediti tudi na tak način. In hkrati potem z vašo prisotnostjo in z vašimi komentarji lahko ugotovimo, kaj funkcionira, kaj ne funkcionira in potem gradimo naprej na tem in delamo čedalje boljše zvočne opise.
Super. Najlepša hvala, Sara.
Hvala.
Da si pojasnila, boš dala tja mikrofon. Super. Jaz bi imela... Aha, izvolite. Aha. Koliko filmov je gospa že režirala? How many films have you directed so far?
Yeah, it's my second feature film. I made some TV series, short films, documentaries, but that's my second feature.
To je njen drugi celovečerec, posnela je nekaj kratkih filmov, nekaj TV serij. Zanimivo je, da prvi celovečerec nima veze z otroki za filme. Naslov je Cream, smetana, ne? In je v bistvu komedija. It's a comedy, right? In je tudi požel zelo, zelo veliko interesa. Mogoče se navežem na to, pa jo vprašam, kakšni so naslednji načrti. And what will be your third one? It's a secret?
Yeah, we don't know yet. We will see.
Ok, še ne vemo, bomo videli. Mogoče bomo počasi zaključili, pa tisti, ki boste imeli še kakšno vprašanje, komu odstopite do Nore in vam bo z veseljem odgovorila. Jaz se bom pa za konec vprašala samo še to. Film je poln nasvetov o tem, kako napisati knjigo, pa jo bom vprašala, če ima za vas otroke kakšen nasvet v primeru, da se lotite snemanja filma. A kdo od vas snema filmčke? Tako, s telefonom. Kakšni pa že? Ja, kakšen pa že ne. So, the film is having a lot of advice on how to write a book. And maybe for the end, a question, do you have any advice for our children of what would be the most important thing when filming, when making a film? What would be the good values? What do you think it's important?
Yeah, I think it's important to make it personal and enjoy the process, doing it together. So filmmaking is a teamwork, and it's really nice to understand that you have something in your mind, you have a vision, and then you need a lot of people, and all these people will bring new ideas and will shape it, and you have to be flexible. At the same time, you really need to know that that it's really important for you, and then stick on it and create something together and enjoy it.
Super. Torej, film je fajn, če je oseben oziroma če poveste nekaj, kar bi vi radi povedali, ampak hkrati je pa to timsko delo, kjer, ko se enkrat odločiš, da bi rad posnel film, rabiš celo ekipo in potem vsak še nekaj doprinese. Tisto, kar je pa tudi zelo važno, je pa, da v tem procesu uživate, da vam je v užitek. So you obviously enjoy that part.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. Yeah, it took me 4.5 years to make this film, and it's really great because there are different phases. So first you write it and you're alone, and then you start to preparing it, and maybe there are 6-7 people with you, and then at the end there are 100 people in the crew, and then for the editing only 2 of us, the editor and me. And then the sound and the music and the animation and the tricks. So everything is different. So even though it's long, it's really exciting because I do something different each and every year or month.
Torej, 4 leta pa pol je trajalo, da je posnela ta film. Najprej je to zelo samoten proces, ko ga pišeš, potem se pa pojavi 100 ljudi, ki ti ga pomaga posnet. Na koncu v montaži si spet samo še z montažerjem, sta samo 2. Vmes je pa seveda še zvok, pa obdelava zvoka, pa animacija, tako da je zelo razgibano delo in težko bi rekli, da je dolgočasno. Thank you, Nora, so much for being with us. I invited children, if they have more questions, to approach you.
Yeah,
So, če ima kdo še kakšno vprašanje, naj stopi do Nore. A ne? Hvala Nori za
Hvala.
obisk. Hvala vam, da ste prišli.